What? Is it showing a watermark? It says my license is expired, but I pay my license. Okay, there's no watermark. I'm gonna fucking kill XSplit. Kidding me? Alright. So it looks like we're live. Oh, that's a great way to start it. Hey, everyone. Wait. Oh, I gotta do this right. Hello, one. Hello, all. I am Cecil from the Horror Show. Welcome to our 4th of Julive stream. We are here to... Well, let me just say who I'm here with, first off. Welcome to CP from Wiliscredia. Hello, CP.
Stay scared.
You're early, you son of a bitch. I'm supposed to say welcome to the Horror Show, you bastard. All right. So, guys, welcome. We are here to do an impromptu live stream and just have some fun and talk to you guys and see what is what. Hang on, I gotta make sure that I have it pulled up so I can monitor if the connection gets sour, but I don't think it will because I got everything reset earlier. All right, so...
You know, if somebody wanted to bomb us, this would be the best day to do it because, you know, and people would just
if the heat didn't rise, they would just be like, nah.
Yeah, that was a big... That was a really big firework then.
What's up, White Tim? Welcome, and welcome to M. Sanders Whiteley. Hello, hello. Jerks, what up, Brandon? Good to see you. Long time no see. I know I'm going to be trying to do more live streams if I can, although I have to refocus, so I have to figure out the schedule going forward because I'm reprioritizing with some new projects for the show. Going to give a couple of minutes for people to show up here before we get into the meat and potatoes of everything because... we have many movies we can talk about, many horror things we can talk about, not the least of which is the end of The Walking Dead here. So, the very last issue, I know CP's super excited about that.
Ugh, words. Ugh.
Reading, blah.
Paper movies. Yuck.
Patrick Holmes is here. What's up, everyone? What's up, Patrick? Good to see you. A minute in, and CP already has the NASA and FBI monitoring the stream.
Oh, yeah, I probably shouldn't.
So, okay, guys. I've still got people filtering in, but I'm just going to go ahead and get it going here. I don't know if you like my beautiful 4th of July tee here. I've got the red, white, and blue going on in a different way. So, pretty exciting, although CP has a glass, probably avoiding his...
A lot of black. I see a lot of black.
You see a lot of black? You can't see the picture? Oh, here.
No, I see it. The shirt's black. The
shirt's yeah, but there's a red and there's a blue and there's white everywhere, so it works. Rob Youngins is here. That's the Marvel Outcast tribute shirt. I know, but it still has a flag on it in red, white, and blue, so I'm counting it. I'm calling books paper movies from now on, says M. Sanders Whiteley. Way to go,
You're
CP.
welcome.
You're welcome. Thing. You started a thing.
I've been calling them that forever.
So, CP, we are here to discuss a bunch of stuff going on, and we're just going to kind of shoot the shit. So, you guys, if you want to ask us questions along the way, feel free to put those in the chat. This is just kind of be a loose thing, but I am very curious because we here at the Horror Show about a week ago went to go see Midsommar, which some people are saying is Midsommar, but then Ari Aster called it Midsommar. So, hey Cecil, and my favorite sexy white chocolate Barbie replica.
Woo!
Brie Larson's taint.
My eyes are up here, pal.
Oh, CP, you're gonna get those comments because you railed against it, didn't you?
And I'm not done.
So we got to see about a week ago.
Holy shit! L.A. Beast in the house.
Holy shit! LA
Big
Beast,
fan,
what's going
man.
on, brother? Yeah.
Big fan.
Is the movie Get Out a horror movie? I would say yes. It's kind of closer edging to thriller, but it's close enough. And it's better than Us, Beast. So if you're going to watch a movie, watch Get Out over Us. And definitely don't watch Midsommar. I would skip that. Yeah. Definitely skip that. Fucking LA Beast, man. I love that guy so much. I still watch his shit. I watched your downing a Domino's pizza through a paper shredder, Beast, and that was pretty damn funny, bro. Do you, Beast? Answer this if you're willing to. Do you literally do you come up with the idea for that whole contraption, or do you have someone that like helps you out with like you could lead the paper shredder to a tube that would then be force fed into your fucking gullet? Like, how does that work, bro? Like, it's so awesome. Your videos are hilarious. I love you getting back to that. I know you said it was your last garage video, and by the way, your Michael Jordan giveaway, that rookie card video was awesome. I can't believe you pulled a rookie card. Anyway, this isn't the LAB stream. I got to refocus, but it took me 5 months to figure it out. It's all me. That's awesome, Beast.
Let me touch on how LA Beast, how much he means to us here at this house.
You're excited about him when I talk about him, so.
Yeah. Every time we have food, we say, well, I'm hungry. Or no, see, I fucked the lineup. We're about to eat dinner. Why? Because I'm hungry. That's a big LA Beast thing.
Absolutely.
He does something pretty gnarly.
Have a good day. LA Beast. Gotta say that. Absolutely.
Hey, look at me geeking out now. Sorry.
You're just as bad as me now. You're just as bad as me now. He said, haha, nice. See? There you go. He likes it. Dude, Beast, again, I gotta say thanks for the shout out that you did for us on the Cameo. And by the way, I wouldn't have even known to look on Cameo if it wasn't for this man right here down below me, CP. He told me about Cameo. I went on there and I saw the LA Beast, one of my favorite YouTubers, and I had to get on there and get a shout out from him. And he constantly is shouting out awesome channels. So if you guys haven't followed the LA Beast, he is the one that's Skippy62able in the comments. So make sure you go and follow him. He's a hilarious and awesome, heartfelt dude. So definitely go and follow him. He's constantly shouting out channels. He's like, let's go raid this channel. There's no way that they'll expect all these people just give them a have a good day or blow their minds with likes and stuff like that. Like, that's selfless YouTube.
And he's eaten a cactus.
numerous.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's the first I actually heard about the LA Beast was the cactus eating. But he's honestly one of my favorite videos was when he ate 2 full Chipotle burritos and tried to run a mile. That was pretty funny. And if you guys, I had roughly 24 cacti. He says, "Holy shit, dude!"
Damn it.
Guys, I'm sorry. This is the LAB stream until he hops off. I don't care. How often do we get this opportunity? Okay, let me just real quick. I got to be a good host. The Moth 7, hi, it's Miller time. Good to see you, Moth. Caleb 4466, raid! Oh, shit, the Beast sent people over. Okay. LA Beast, you're awesome, man. Big Chungo, Mike Roncelli, what up, Beast? He might have raided. I don't know. The Chipotle Mile. See, it was the Chipotle Mile.
This is actually fitting. Did LA Beast eat a lot of was there a hot dog count today?
Oh, for the 4th.
Or could that be content?
Yeah, Beast, did you film something for the channel today? Did you do like a barbecue contest or something like that? I mean, not if you didn't, it's cool. I mean, if you didn't, it's because you're too busy and like it's cool. Like we're not coming down on you if you didn't. I'm just, we love your content. He stumbled on to a couple of bootlickers. I hope he realizes that. Not, I could have found a better term, but nonetheless, I'm a big fan of his. So, 71 Joey Chestnut 1. No, I just enjoyed the day and barbecue. There you go, brother. That works. You've earned it, Beast. You've earned it.
1.
Robert Duell is here. What up, Robert? You're having a birthday party soon, so I hope your birthday goes well, brother. Sean Flynn, LA Beast is the man. Of course he is. Wences says cactus is delicious. Hello from Tennessee. What's up, Selena? Isn't there a national hot dog eating contest soon? Probably. It
just happened.
Oh, okay. There you go, Wences.
The Nathan's thing was today.
Hey, so obviously, Beast, your favorite horror movie is The Exorcist. You told me about that in your cameo, and you actually, I dropped in some photos when I put the cameo that you put on your Instagram. What are some other horror movies that you like, man? Because then we can maybe recommend some for you that you might like. Chilled Fox, have a good day. Oh, by the way, Beast, that taco challenge, dude. I was like, I would just scarf them. I don't know how you didn't just scarf them, but it must have been really tough, bro. That was a good video too. See, I'm a genuine fan. I can't help it.
LA Beast is in Cecil's chat right now. Her eyes just lit up.
Really? Yeah. The game is more of a thriller, but I like that. Dude, the game is great. The Michael Douglas movie, that is awesome. That is classic. Absolutely. If you want a movie like that, let's recommend a movie like that. What? Go ahead.
She's telling me her favorite is when he ate the really old cereal.
Tell her she has to come and say hi to him.
She's not camera ready.
Oh, poor thing. There's an idols in the chat, and she can't say hi.
I'm telling you, he's a part of the pop culture in this house. And I'm not just saying that because he's here. It's quite funny.
Go Blue Horror with Marchese and Bueller. Jacob's Ladder. Okay, let's talk about Jacob's Ladder real quick. Someone gave us a topic. So, did you watch the Jacob's Ladder trailer yet, CP?
No, I've heard terrible things, though.
So, Fuego and I watched it, and we didn't think it was terrible. Thanks for watching the cereal video, he said. So, I didn't think the trailer was terrible for the upcoming reboot of Jacob's Ladder. I, granted, have only seen the original one time. I did like it a lot, but I didn't even remember it well enough to know how much of a difference there is between the new one and the old one. The comments on our video are pretty split. Some people are like, yeah, I'm game, it looks okay. I don't mind the race swap or whatever. And then some people are like, no, this is dumb. Hollywood remakes have reached a new low and all this shit. It's interesting. So I don't know. Do you just not have faith enough to even give it a try, or do you not like the original? What are your thoughts?
This year's telling me that trailers are really not doing movies any favors in either direction. I mean, Pet Sematary just absolutely ruined that experience for me.
Really?
Yeah. I couldn't. That swap, that change that they did in the remake, perhaps would have felt a little bit better watching it without knowing it was coming. And trailers seem to more and more lately. Trailers seem to be, all right, here's a 2-minute version of the movie. Mm-hmm. And there's it used to be they would show as little as possible and just give you the premise. Now it's like a quick summary of the thing, and they're putting stuff that usually would have never happened in the old days. Like now you're getting stuff that happens in the third act in trailers, and that
Spider-Man
so,
even specifically.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You're Spider-Man. I was like, why are you showing this in the trailer, man? Mm-hmm. So stupid. By the way, just a quick answer to Michael P. who's asked twice, did you like Get Out? Yes, I liked Get Out quite a bit. CP?
Yeah, I actually liked it more on a second viewing. I liked it more than Us. I don't know why people think Us that is a step up, but that's neither nor.
No, I agree with you. I don't understand why people think it's a step up either. I think Get Out was genuinely brilliant, and upon the second watch was even more enjoyable because because you caught so much more.
Rob Young Hands, same shit. Ma was condensed in a 2-minute trailer. Mm-hmm. With the exception of one little note on Ma, it absolutely accurate.
Zachary Haith, movies in general this year aren't good, period. I disagree with that. I disagree. I think there's some good ones. Just not all of them. Scott Armistead, talk about the World's End bathroom scene. Nah, it's not really germane to the conversation. I don't even remember it, to be honest with you. I only saw World's End once, so. Have you guys seen the trailer for Nightingale? Yes, we did a trailer reaction to it on the channel, and we thought it looked okay, but it didn't really blow us away. It's by the same directors who did the Babadook. Selena Light asks, did you see that trailer at all, CP?
No.
The Nightingale. All right, good to have on here.
My content isn't beholden to 2 minutes worth of garbage.
So I'm guessing the Beast.
My content is just all garbage, not 2 minutes.
So the Beast must have said raid with asking us if we've seen Get Out, because everyone's asking us about Get Out, and that was the first thing he asked too.
That's really sweet of him to do that.
Yeah, it really is, dude. The Beast is just awesome. Yes, we've seen Get Out. We've seen Us. We both appreciate Get Out more than Us. Now, moving on to another movie, CP, that I don't know if either of us have seen or have appreciated this new movie that we've seen. And that is Midsommar. Yeah, everyone's asking us about Get Out, so we're gonna have to say it over and over again. We like Get Out a lot. Here, let me just go get I'll go get the DVD and put it up.
Yeah. So I guess while they trickle in, Get Out. Yeah, enough talk. But what about Get Out? Funny. The it's a good social horror. It's a lot. Um, it is. Look, guess who's coming to dinner meets the Stepford Wives, and if you're a fan of either of those movies, I'm sure you could appreciate Get Out with a big modern splash. Yeah, but it feels like a really twisted Twilight Zone episode. It's quite good. Jordan Peele has quite the vision. That I'll say that much about him, even with us being slightly lower quality than Get Out. But he clearly has a vision. He has something to say, and I'd rather a horror movie that has substance and wants to say more than just slasher and just gore. Like Jordan Peele clearly has something to say, and he's not just trying to scare people.
Yeah, Beast, if you haven't seen Get Out yet, it's 100% worth your time, dude. It's so entertaining. Mm-hmm. And whether you watch it by yourself or with someone else, if you've got a lady, I recommend watching it with her because there's an extra level of fun you can have if you do. Keeping it clean, I'm just saying. Well, the relationship in the movie plays out pretty interestingly, so that could be a fun conversation afterwards and stuff. Is what I'm saying.
Sure.
Do you guys hear all the explosions outside my door? Good lord! I'm
LA Beast brought that too. That's
hit him with fireworks. Stop telling us to get out, says Zachary Haith. I'm sorry, Zachary, you're misunderstanding. Have you seen The Dead Don't Die? I did see The Dead Don't Die, and I did not like it at all. It was ham-fisted. Jim Jarmusch is so self-indulgent, and the movie is just garbage, dude.
That's not really his style either, right?
It's a waste of the talent of everyone involved. Everyone involved. Like Bill Murray is reined in. Kylo Ren is lame. Tilda Swinton is misused and has the weirdest ending. It's just such a mess. I really didn't like The Dead Don't Die as much as I really wanted to. It was just not good. So no, I would not recommend The Dead Don't Die. I would recommend Get Out. So let's talk about Midsommar. All right. Yeah. So we did a spoiler and a non-spoiler review, and Fuego and I ended up apparently talking over each other a bunch because we always drink after our movie reviews or during our movie reviews and stuff, and doesn't end up with the best content, so probably going to curtail that going forward. But neither of us really enjoyed the movie. We both agreed that it was a pretty movie. It was a well-shot movie, but there was very little substance ultimately that we cared about. So, CP, you have not given your thoughts anywhere specifically yet. Or at least on your channel or anything. So why don't you fill me in? What were your thoughts on Midsommar?
No, I echo your sentiments quite thoroughly. It's gorgeous. So far Ari Aster is 2 for 2 with pretty looking movies. The cinematography is gorgeous. The other thing that I'll give him is there's a couple of gory deaths. I guess I can't call them kills. There's some deaths that they go in for the close-up on some mangled body parts, and there's also this running gag that he has now that Emily brought to my attention, that he's got people that have an interesting look to them, because there's what's his face in the movie, and he rarely gets referenced. He was shown for the sake of being shown. Rocky Dennis in Midsommar, and it's just like, oh, cool. All right, that's an unnatural looking face. Thank God they showed that, and there's not much else to that. But the movie is, it's a little light on substance, if you're asking me, and a little heavy on being full of itself.
I agree. It did feel. Sorry, I'm trying to arrange the mic so I sound a little bit better like you do.
Well, thank God you have the pop filter behind the mic.
I don't usually get this close. I can do it now, you son of a bitch. And yeah, I did. I don't know if you saw it, but yeah, the Beast did put a little thing out there saying, "Go raid the horror show," asking him about to get out. Yeah, I love the Beast, man. He's so cool. Yeah, LAB sent the cavalry, says Charles Dinkins. Guys, we did answer the Get Out question. We both really enjoyed the movie. Just rewind a little bit if you want to know the answer. Otherwise, we're just going to continue on with Midsommar. You absolutely, guys, you should watch Get Out if you haven't yet. You for sure should. But yeah, so this movie, Midsommar, just kind of, it was all flash, and the characters I just didn't get on board with. I liked the main girl well enough, except when it became just give her a scene where she walks away from everyone and has a breakdown. And there's like 4 of those scenes in the movie. And so it starts to lose its luster after a little bit, where you're just like, okay, she's like walking away and like totally silent. She's like, and then it cuts. I can't even do it. It's like it becomes so over the top by the end of the movie because she's done it so much.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I thought the acting of everyone except her though was just kind of so-so. I wasn't completely blown away by anyone.
I would have put her in that category too. That what's her face from Fighting with My Family. I don't know if you've seen girl? That.
No, I haven't. No, but I've been wanting to because I heard it was actually really good.
It is. It's quite good. I'm actually kind of shocked too. I quite enjoyed that movie. I did. There's not much that I would call noteworthy about this go around.
Mm-hmm. What's going on, CP? Happy 4th, says Skyman.
Hi. Happy 4th.
Do you prefer horror to be fantastical or realistic? We can answer that in a little bit, but just real quick, I don't know. It depends on the context. Would be probably the real answer there.
Did you get some Wicker Man vibes from the movie?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I was waiting for the bees to come into play at any point. No, I did, and those kinds of movies have never really appealed to me. That I said that in our trailer reactions for this. Mm-hmm. We did 2, and I just was like, it's just not grabbing me like I want it to grab me. But I don't recall the Hereditary trailer necessarily grabbing me either. But I remember it being eerie and interesting. And this movie is definitely, you can tell this is the same guy that did Hereditary. For sure, easily. Yeah. And that's not a bad thing. But I feel like when you think about it, we don't know how long it took the development of Hereditary to happen. And he wrote and directed that, and he wrote and directed this. But this comes a year after Hereditary.
Same cinematographer, too.
So, unless he did Hereditary in a year, this was a rushed story. You know what I mean? Like, a year turnaround for a movie is fast. Or a year turnaround for a sophomore effort. Yes, he probably worked on it a bit longer than a year, but not much longer than a year. He would have had to finish production on Hereditary and go right into this and, been done with this the same amount of time he was done of Hereditary. So it probably was just about a year to a year and a half in between the 2 movies. And I feel like this felt rushed. I don't feel like this landed nearly as well because it didn't feel as deep. And the stuff at the beginning, the family stuff that we find out, what happens and her motivations for the entire rest of the movie, it never really comes back up, except for when someone mentions the word family, she freaks out. Otherwise, it doesn't really come back into play, and it's just truly unsatisfying. And yet, we've already got commenters telling us that we don't know anything and we're dumb and we just didn't get it, and you guys truly just need to do your research. And it's like, hey, guys, I'm gonna whisper a secret. Just listen close, okay, listen. If I have to do research, you didn't do your fucking job as a movie.
I don't entirely agree with
Bullshit!
That.
Why do I have to do homework to enjoy your movie?
No. You have a point. I'll give you 90% on what you said. But if looking into other Easter eggs and other elements of the film make the experience better, I think that is neat. But to what you're saying, if you need to look into other things to enjoy the original piece, that's one thing. But if you go out and find new things that are in the movie that you didn't notice the first time, or something like that, like I think that's fun. But I think that's a little bit different than what you're saying.
Yeah, it is completely different than what I'm saying, because they're saying you need to go and research where this comes from and the Swedish things and what it all means. And it's like, no, if the filmmaker didn't get across appropriately what it's supposed to mean, then the filmmaker fucking failed. I'm sorry, but they did. And it can be as pretty as this movie was. It was gorgeous to behold. And, there were some cool camera tricks that's like, oh, you're going to make some people sick with that, but I'm on board.
Yep.
But I was on board because it's different, but it's the subject matter. It did not land. It felt weird. It felt like there was laughter when there shouldn't be laughter. I'm like,
oh yeah, there was that's the one thing where it was way too
towards the end, right?
Well, even in the middle too. Like it was just, it could have been the theater I was in. There was a lot of stuff. Well, I mean, you know what? Let me take that right back, because I think I had a bit of an immature audience, because like they were laughing at there was a couple of nude scenes that were quirky, lot of old dong, a lot of group sex and whatever. But people, like the theater I was in, was laughing, and it was just like, guys, come on, like. Mm-hmm. So perhaps I was in the wrong environment, but a lot of it did feel too light on the humor.
Well, look, I mean, and I'm not trying to spoil stuff, but when there is helping hands during coitus scenes, it's pretty hard not to be like, okay, I'm pulled right out of this shit, because give me a break. I can't not think about the actors having to endure this, and it's yeah, and then even like in the would-be emotional scenes where it's like, and everyone else is like, it's like a chorus echoing, and it's like, it's like, oh God, just shoot me, just please, just bash me with the giant foreshadowed mallet, please.
Yeah, but do you think that was intentional humor, though?
That some people are claiming that, and I'm like, bullshit. You don't want your audience laughing at this moment. You don't.
I don't think so. I would even call it laugh or death. I would have called it like a little cringy. Like,
yeah,
no, this ain't the time for that.
No, I agree with you. I do. It was missteps, and like he really landed the ending in Hereditary, in my opinion. Like, really, it was out there, but it was like, oh man, he foreshadowed up to this, and he foreshadowed up to it in this one too, but not in nearly the most satisfying way. And people just went off camera and just like disappeared, and there's this whole tapestry story that we're shown at the beginning that's like, okay, so I guess I'll expect that. Like, I guess period blood tea is a thing at some point, and it's like, it's just not. There was nothing that was shocking or surprising. There was a moment of like a head bashed open, and then it's like, oh, after that, nothing, and it just was completely unsatisfying. And if the story had stuck the landing, then that wouldn't be the case, but the story did not stick the landing, man.
I don't think the landing would have saved how I felt about it. It just wasn't there. I'm looking at my 2019 rankings, and there's a lot of movies that you can call horror that I enjoyed a hell of a lot more than I did Midsommar.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, if you asked me at the beginning of the year, what's the horror movie you're really looking forward to, I would have said Midsommar. And
see, I would have said it and Child's Play.
Child's Play is up there for me. Child's Play. I Trapped the Devil is my favorite horror of 2019. But
that was
Child's
a good one, wasn't it? I'm glad you liked it. We saw that at the festival months ago.
Yeah, and you suggested it to me.
Yeah, and it ended up, dude, the ending is perfect in that movie, right? The ending is fucking perfect. And you know what? It just occurred to me. It has a feel like the old Fallen movie did, the Denzel Washington movie. It kind of had that sort of same.
I've never seen that.
Oh, really? Oh, that's a good one. Anyway, yeah, I really like. So I Trap the Devil is up there for me too. I think that's a fantastic one. There's another one called My Soul to Keep that you'll need to watch once it comes out this year. It's great, and it stars the kid that's been in a couple of other movies. He's in that new Bad Kids movie. He's one of the.
That looks hysterical.
Yeah, he's in that, and he was also the special needs kid in The Predator. Yeah.
From Room.
Right. Yep.
Right?
Same kid. Yep. So he's in that movie called My Soul to Keep. That's excellent. That we also saw at the film festival along with I Trap the Devil. So that's going to be coming soon. But yeah, man, Midsommar, I had such high hopes for. Mm-hmm. Like I was like, dude, Hereditary was my favorite horror movie last year. It was great, but dude, this just fell so short. It was so much, such a bummer. Yeah. What else do you want to say about it? I'm sure you have a couple of other thoughts. I'm sure you'll be doing a review on the channel, though, right?
Emily and I will have something coming up.
A Brit in the
next
Twit.
Week. Yeah. Patrons will have a little stuff early, but yeah, we'll discuss it because we were a couple minutes late due to Uber being shit, so we had to go back and do homework on the opening. And once we properly flesh out that opening 5-10 minutes where she likes to take notes. She's a bit more scripted. I'm a bit more free flowing, and
just go watch another movie and make sure it's at a time where you can watch the first 10 minutes of that instead. Also.
Yeah, it's a good point. We probably should.
All right.
Yeah, something's coming up soon.
So stay tuned for that. So let's move on to the big red spider. What do you say?
Sure. I love Captain Marvel.
Well, wait a minute.
Actually, that actually kind of fits.
It does fit, and in fact, there was a line by Nick Fury that should have tipped you off to something, because when he says Captain Marvel, this part isn't in the trailer, but he goes, "Don't invoke her name," and when you consider the thing at the end, it makes so much more sense. I was like, oh, don't invoke. Of course he would say, don't invoke her name. So I actually kind of like that. Okay, here's the thing. Spider-Man Far From Home. I enjoyed the movie, especially the back half. But the first half felt a little off-kilter to me. It felt like they didn't quite know where to put their feet. Like they were Indiana Jones, like trying to jump from pillar to pillar, and sometimes they'd kind of miss and slip and just grab on and like clamber back on. Because the whole teen like trip aspect, that whole weird montage sequence was just so oddly presented compared to the masterfulness of Marvel movies at this point. But the back half was great, especially all the Mysterio stuff, even though, you know, the people that didn't predict what happens in that movie are just flat. Like, I had people arguing with me in the trailer, Mysterio's a good guy. You're wrong. I'm like, guys, I know Mysterio. There's one Mysterio story. We're going to get the one Mysterio story, and guess what? We got the one Mysterio story. So, I'm actually tempted to go back to my trailer reactions and be like, oh, where's your mouth now? What do you got to say now? Huh? Good. Anyway, what did you think of Far From Home? Yeah, I know. I never claimed to be. What do you think of Far From Home, brother?
You know, I'm not a big comic guy. I'm fatigued. I'm more than ready for a nice little Marvel or even a comic book movie, Boca Raton vacation for maybe a year. But having said that, it was fine. It needed to be. It was what it needed to be, especially considering that giant Endgame. Even Endgame and Infinity War. Like that was a lot to take in for the last 2 years. It's only been like a full calendar year. Captain Marvel, I think, kind of unnecessary. This at least was a hell of a lot more enjoyable for me. It was fun. It was funny. It felt it felt light. There was times where perhaps maybe jokes that were squeezed in that could have done without, but it made it easier to tolerate for somebody like me who's just like, yeah, I get it. He's going to save the day. This thing is going to happen. I do like the extra heart they had with the relationship with Tony Stark, which, by the way, you're probably going to definitely want to watch Endgame before you watch Spider-Man, because the ending of Endgame is quite integral to a lot of Spider-Man's emotion and his drive in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a nice little. It was a whole movie that was an after credit scene. That's what it felt like.
Here's the interesting thing. I saw a webcomic that was being passed around about 2 weeks ago, where it was like what I want to see in Far From Home, and it was basically Peter getting this package, and it's a pair of sunglasses from Tony, and when he puts them on, it's Tony's voice saying, "Hey kid, you ready to go kick ass?" You know, and he's like, "Yeah," and he shoots off, and it's just a little 1-page comic, and then he gets a fucking pair of glasses in this movie. I'm like, holy shit! Like, was that someone that worked on the movie? And like, and it's Edith instead, but which was funny in and of itself. Even dead, I'm still the hero. Like, even dead, I'm the hero. I think that was great. So I thought, but here's what I really loved about the movie was the Mysterio stuff towards the end, where stuff we only got in the cartoon of Spider-Man, where he's fighting illusions and things are changing on him and stuff like that, and he's like having to rely on his spider sense to get through it. His fucking Peter Tingle, fuck you. I hate Peter Tingle.
Yeah, Peter Tingle. Another line that was a little too funny. Don't be funny like that. Did you see it in 2D or 3D?
I saw it in 3D actually.
I'm not the greatest advocate for 3D, but there's that moment where he's running in this tunnel where like the ground is green and he's in all black. In 3D, that sequence was gorgeous.
Yes, agreed. I was actually glad I saw it in 3D because of all of the Mysterio stuff. I thought that stuff looked great with the 3D, and they do post convert all these Marvel movies, but they plan it out with that in mind, so it actually makes a difference. And the depth was, I mean, again, when you're dealing with illusions and holograms, it's really cool to have that depth to play with. And I thought they did a great job. I liked MJ. It's still weird how
a little too edgelordy,
just a little too edgelordy, and like, but what's weird is she has like the tall model build that MJ is supposed to have, but they're like hiding it in her, like, like she's like a mousy kind of girl that's like shitty to people and like has a dark sense of humor and
she's a high school girl. You're not supposed to want to fuck her yet, so you got to wait until they get grown ups.
Too late for that. I mean, I'm here for the movie. I'm not thirsty boy. CP, don't point me out. Don't point me out. All right.
Just stay out of comment sections and you'll be fine.
Literally, we got a comment just the other day that was on our trailer reaction for Jacob's Ladder, saying like, "I agree with you guys. Fuego looks better than he's ever looked." I was like, thirsty lady. All right.
Really?
Oh my God, yeah.
Wait, which video was this now?
Go look at it. It's the
Jacob's Ladder
trailer reaction. Yeah.
Thank you. I've genuinely been looking for thirsty female comments that perhaps are a little too over the line, and without your permission, I'm going to use it.
No, go ahead. I thought you were. So that last video wasn't the finish?
Oh, that's the finish of person A. This thing's a series now. I'm sorry,
dude. You got to tell. Okay, you got to fill me in then after this, because I'm so curious how it's. All I saw was what you showed in your episode. I haven't bothered seeking out to try and do research because
the first video
I ain't got time for that.
The first video is private, so like that's a big chunk of the problem. There's a bunch of hearsay and secondhand explanations of things, but the original property is hidden, and it's not. I'd leave it up if I could, but I was told that it's it's unwanted. So I'll leave it down. But for the sake of truth, I'll put it up. I have no problem doing that. And it was fun. Mother Mayhem endorsed it. Was a part, like she was in the comment section or the chat when I was doing one of her videos. It's fun. Stop being creeps in comment sections, or I'm gonna find you and ridicule you.
Yeah, it's what is their end game? What do they legitimately think is going to happen?
Dude, I said that 1,000 times. I kept
like
saying,
they're just reading the comments like, swoon.
Yeah. Oh, you think I'm beautiful? Here's my number. What are you doing Friday?
God. If only you'd commented on my tits, then I'd really like you. Like,
never mind what I felt about Jason Lives. How do my tits look?
I don't get it. Like, what do they think? Like, do they think just because they're on the internet that they can they'll react way better to shit than if I walked up in person and like, hey, you're beautiful. What are you talking about? I ain't listening. You're beautiful though.
Dude, one dude wrote a poem and it hurt. It hurt to read it. It genuinely hurt to read it.
What's up, Ben Grimm? I don't know why I focused on this comment, but no, I have not been working out, although I have been trying to be more active because I have a very good reason to need to work out, because I'll just say this, people in LA don't respect fat people. So my goal is to lose about 100 pounds in the next year. So we'll see what happens.
LA.
It's true. It's true. Fave color green. Pontiac, that would be awesome. He needs to shred hamburgers and eat them. Oh, they're talking about the Beast. What's up, Beast fans? Thank you guys for coming through. Good. Get out is worth your time. Andrew Mercer is here. What up, Mercer? Oh, my God. Sorry. My cohort for Cecil and Mercer's Mind Blowers is in the chat.
Good morning.
Thank you. Yeah. I try not to do that, but... CP, to prevent trouble in the future, I suggest doing research in advance and edit screenshots to keep the content creator out of it and put the focus on the commenter.
It's a fair assessment. That's a decent enough point.
I didn't see the first video. I guess you didn't blur her in the first video?
Not the first one. The first one, yeah, you know what? The problem is, you need to know what the image is that people are looking at. Perhaps blurring the face is one thing, but, it seems that certain types of clothing will spawn some extra attention. So like yeah, exactly. Is it important? Not entirely, but it is relevant. So yeah, there's ways. We'll get it done. We'll get it done.
Dank Memes Wizard and Alex Gordon. So about the movie Get Out. Rewind. If you want to know about the movie Get Out, it's worth your time. I'll say that much. It's a fantastic movie.
Peele's best work.
Beast, I just had a ghost chili tonight because of you. Much love from Belfast. Speaking of, do you want to show a little challenge that you're sending to us to do?
Oh.
Because, guys, go back and watch. There's a video on CP's channel where he and Emily from Emily's Adventures in Horrorland do this challenge. I think Beast must have done it on his channel.
It's the Death Nut Challenge.
The Death Nut Challenge! I don't even like nuts, so it's going to be a doubly bad challenge for me, but Fuego and I are in. We're going to do it. We're going to do it live.
Listen, I don't like nuts at all, but having them in my mouth is just 10 times worse, and that was I don't know how.
Is there any I have your video saved. I got to the first nut, and then I got distracted. I haven't watched the rest yet.
Dude, I wanted to stop after the third one.
Really?
But then the super chats kept coming in, and I'm like, I don't want to.
You went through the whole thing? You did all 5?
Yeah, that was a mistake. And then
really?
And then my asshole said, "Hey, go fuck yourself, body." Like 2 hours later. So.
No, you're supposed to drink a whole cup of water or a cup of milk before you even do any of those challenges. So there's a bed of milk for them to drop into, and it kind of dissipates the heat in your stomach. Trust me, the LA Beast. Dude, yeah. I learned a lot from that dude.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
He's like, you got to drink a gallon of milk before you... but that's his challenges where he's like eating ghost peppers and doing, I want to do the one chip challenge, the Packy one chip challenge. I do. I want to do that. You know what? I'm gonna go online and order it right now while I'm on the thing with you.
He had a stream a couple of weeks ago where I did a super chat and asked him if his prep was different for like days that he does these insane challenges, because like the calorie intake I would feel like is, you know, like when he does, like, you know, when he eats like these giant pancakes and burgers and shit, and, you know, he just it was interesting, the thing, the prep that goes into it. It's not just some random guy saying, hey, I'm gonna eat 50 burgers today. There's a little bit of prep and you know, making sure your stomach is stretched and used to it, or ready for it, should I say.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, all those guys, they have to. I mean, they would have had to have learned by now. So the Packy One Chip Challenge is sold out. I can get one on eBay for $50.
Holy fuck! Does the nut give you head after you eat it? Because $50.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Jesus, does it come with an Amazon gift card for $45?
Maybe I'll just do the Packy Ghost Pepper chips and
Jesus,
stick with that.
$50.
Well, that's the cheapest one.
God, what the fuck?
There's 64, 74, 159.
What?
Jesus
it counts
Christ.
as currency in some countries.
Yeah. Asshole burn is worth money.
No.
All right, so now one of the things we need to talk about, CP, is this, which you didn't experience, but
anal death?
The end of The Walking Dead. So, what do you think about the fact? Did you hear about what happened here? Do you know anything about what happened?
No. I've paid less and less attention to that show since about season. Well, whenever what's his face with the bat. See how much I'm into it.
Negan.
The dude with the bat. Yeah, Negan. Once he did his thing at the end, and then I watched the first episode of that following season and said, "Yeah, I don't care anymore. I really don't care."
That's fair.
That's yeah.
So this is issue 193. Now this is going to be spoilers, guys. There was a big event in issue 192. I don't know, maybe I won't spoil it here. I did spoil it in my Walking Dead video. I did put up a video going through this entire issue earlier today. So if you want to know what happens at the end of The Walking Dead, click on that video. But basically, what's interesting about this is that Robert Kirkman, the writer and creator of The Walking Dead, wrote issue 192, which is this right here. I have to be careful how I show this. This is issue 192, which was a massive turning point for the series, and that's Carl on the cover right there. Carl is dead in the TV show. He is not dead in the comics. And so what's happened is, so basically the way comics work is an issue comes out month after month, and there's a book called Previews, which previews the next 3 issues of any book, right? So there's a big event in number 192, and at the end, the writer, Robert Kirkman, who created The Walking Dead, says, don't worry, this book can continue after this. I've always planned for the book to continue after this, so don't worry. It's the death of a major character, a major character. So what was funny is that Previews actually solicited the next 3 issues, but then last night, well, today's Thursday, so Tuesday night at like midnight, Robert Kirkman let out a message on his Twitter saying that this is actually the last issue of The Walking Dead. They solicited fake covers for the next 3 issues to fool everyone because that they didn't want the people to know that the book was ending. And as a result, comic book stores had only put in their normal order numbers for the book, which has been not huge recently. So this book is going to be worth a lot of money, and the second printing is coming out in 2 days already. So he decided to surprise everyone with the end of a series at issue 193. So I thought that was extremely interesting, an extremely interesting tactic. I mean, not only what he did in the issue, which I can't really talk about without spoiling, but the fact that he's like, he even says in an extended essay at the back, he's like, this book has always been about surprising the audience. There's always surprise deaths. You never know who's going to die, when they're going to die, why, or how. And he's like, so to tell everyone that the book was ending felt antithetical to the book itself. So he's like, I just decided to surprise the audience with the ending. And I thought it was a completely clever idea. So what do you think about that, CP?
Dude, I fell asleep through half of what you're talking about.
You don't think that's kind of cool?
No, it's it's neat, and it's oddly anti capitalist. Mm-hmm. You would think with the Walking Dead property that you'd want to make as much money as you can and capitalize on any possible cent. But here, I'm assuming the next 3 episodes are just not happening now. It's just or is it just going to be fake paperwork, or what happens with those? Just empty. Just 193 is the end. So 193.45 just doesn't exist anymore. That's lost money.
No. I mean, you can't pre-order like that in the comics world. So you only pay when the comics arrive. But it's cool because at the end of this book, which by the way, this is how thick this book is. It's like it's way more than magazine. It's super thick. It's like an 80-page giant. And the fun thing is they actually include the solicitations for the fake issues at the back here. So they show what the fake issues were supposed to look like at the very, very back of the book. But yeah,
neat.
It's pretty cool, man, and it's a big, thick, it's like a 2-hour season finale, except it's awesome, and I don't want to ruin it for everyone, but it's funny. Zachary says, I actually fell asleep watching your comic review today, but hey, you got a view. Because it was 30 minutes. It was a lot to go into because it's the culmination of 16 years of comic material. That's how long this book's been going. 193,
does
16
wonders
years.
For your watch time, too. If somebody falls asleep watching your video, that's
fantastic. Absolutely.
That's a start to finish on the watch time. Algorithms, baby, algorithms.
Thank you to everyone that came from the LA Beast. What's up, Noe Hernandez? Or No Hernandez, whatever you say.
We discussed Get Out.
We have.
Triplin is hysterical.
We have discussed Get Out numerous times already on the stream. Thank you. John Kyle Stanton, what's up, brother? Hey, John, you got to send me your address so I can send you your boogie box, brother, man.
John Kyle's winning shit from everybody, huh?
Well, he became a patron, and he's earned a boogie box, so I got to send him his boogie box, but I don't. I have cool stuff set aside for him. In fact, I have some really cool stuff set aside for him, but he's got to send me his address.
He won a giveaway we did over on our channel.
John's just awesome. The dude's fucking great for support and just being a cool guy. So it's Noe, like Noe. Hey, I said it right. Right on, Noe. All right. I so drink. I'm sorry, man. It's okay. Hey, John, I'm with you. I'm drinking on this stream too. That's why I'm still talking. So CP, you have no interest in do you just not read much at all, or are you not into reading horror stuff?
See, I have books. I have stuff that I don't know if you could see me. There's books back there.
I have books. I'm smart.
Not like everybody thinks. Dumb. I read more for necessity than for entertainment, if that makes any sense. If I need to find out information on something, I'll read it. If I need to, whatever, I'll read it. But to entertain myself, there's so many other things I'd rather do than read, because I don't know. It could be a form of ADD or something, but I just don't have the same experience as you other readers, and I realize that comics, it's mostly pictures. So
they're just storyboards, bro.
Yeah. I can't explain it. I'd rather watch a movie. I'd rather create something myself. It's there needs to be a lot of things being all right, you need, or I have to be stuck. If I'm on a plane, I'll read. If I'm waiting for something, I'll read. But I don't go out of my way to read, especially for entertainment's sake. I'm just a snob that way. I don't know how to put it.
Yeah, it's pretty snobbish. But I get it. You're not the only one. I've heard other people say that. I grew up reading comics, so I don't read a ton of books, novels, but I do read some. Mostly they're aqua-based creature books, Meg and stuff like that. But a lot of the comics I've been getting recently, like I just found out that there was a whole bunch of actual branded horror comic books that came out in the early 90s under the Innovation title. And so that's where I've been getting all of these books that you saw before, all my Child's Play books that I've been catching up on and stuff like that. I got a 6-issue series called Nightmares on Elm Street, which is actually a sequel to part 5, where the Dream Child resurrects the Dream Warriors from part 3 in order to fight Freddy. And I'm like, how could I not get these things as huge a fan of the series as I am? Like, this is an additional installment of these series that I love, so I have to go and get them, and I have to absorb them. Just like I'm the kind of guy, I'm the reason they make Death Race 4. I'm the reason they make Leprechaun 10. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the guy that will watch every sequel because it's part of the series. I can't help it.
I own Friday the 13th comics, which I don't own all of them, but if I have a certain enough interest in something, I do tend to go out and
shoot me a message with shoot me a message with which ones you don't have, and I can send them to you, and you can send them back to me.
I think I have 1 and 2. That's it.
Well, there was a number of series.
Oh wow! See how little informed I am.
Yeah.
There's one where it's mostly black and it looks like Jason slicing down. It's like a black cover. I don't know if that's the first or second one, but
I actually just got my hands on a Topps. You remember Topps, the trading card company?
Yeah, sure.
They did Jason versus Leatherface, a 3-issue series. I had no idea. Yeah, I'll have to grab the Jason comics and show you and see which ones.
Yeah, because I only have 2. I didn't realize there were so many different series. See?
Well, here, talk to the audience real quick. They're literally right over there.
Hi, audience. How are you?
Hi, MCP. Dance monkey.
Came in. The Walking Dead is not colorful enough. I don't know much, but I'm pretty sure that's in black and white anyway. But that's funny. If it is in color, then yeah, all right. Then I clearly don't know. If you haven't read Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash, I heavily recommend both books. Is that to say that there's only 2 comics in that series? Or is it 2 series? Is it 2 issues of Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash? Is that where the
Hold court just a little longer, CP. I gotta use the restroom.
Okay. I'm wondering if that's where all this interest started, where people were suddenly throwing Ash from Evil Dead in against so-and-so here, so-and-so there. Because as strictly somebody who's aware of the films and only acknowledges the films, to me, Ash never really properly fit in the same universe as Michael Myers, as Jason Voorhees. Certainly not as Freddy Krueger, because there's something a bit otherworldly about them. And yes, I do realize that Ash has some otherworldly things going on about him, but he's just a dude with a chainsaw for a hand, and he's snarky, and the one that I could see making sense is Ash versus perhaps Freddy, where it becomes a roast battle at some point. But I think that's exactly what would happen, and that would make people like me cringe, where you got, okay, let's have Ash versus Freddy, but somebody will fuck it up and it'll just get too jokey, too roasty, and then it's just like I don't. You guys fucked it up. Very very thin line.
I have those Freddy versus Jason versus Ash books, actually.
Yeah, Grey Gorilla just brought it up. If you haven't read Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash, I heavily recommend those books. And I was saying that I never understood why Ash was always thrown in with the likes of Michael, Jason, and Freddy, because he's a dude.
It's because of Bruce, I'm sure. It's just the Bruce personality. Okay, so here you go, CP. You want to see?
I do.
How many there are?
Show me. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, no, I don't have many at all then.
So here you go. Here's what we got. Series number 1 is by Topps as well. There was a 3-issue Jason Goes to Hell adaptation.
Yep, I don't have those.
That's got a glow-in-the-dark front cover. That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have the 3-issue...
Ghost Rider had a glow-in-the-dark cover forever ago.
That's the 3-issue Jason versus Leatherface series right there.
Don't have those.
Okay. So I'll show the audience so they can see as well. Now we get into the Avatar books. Okay, this is where the most of the series are. So there's
Jason versus Avatar?
No, no. Avatar is the company. Yes. So okay. All right. I think that's correct. So we'll start with the first couple. So all of these, they did Friday the 13th, they did Leatherface, and they did Freddy, and they were mostly all written by Brian Pulido. So this was the first issue, just the first Friday the 13th issue. It was just a one-shot. That was by itself. And then there was the 3-issue series called Bloodbath.
I don't have that.
So I'll show you cover by cover here. So that's the first one. That's the second one, which is a great gore cover. And then the third one.
I don't have that. What the shit?
Yep. And then there is Friday the 13th Fear Book, which was just another one-shot.
I don't have that, I don't think. You're going to make me go find mine. I don't.
And then we get into some fun stuff here. So they have a one-shot Jason X book.
Definitely don't have that. If it said Jason X on it, I was...
Here's the fun one that you're going to want to get your hands on. They had a 2-issue Friday the 13th versus Jason X series.
Huh.
So it's Jason versus Jason X.
Interesting.
That shit was really fun.
Yeah, Noe's saying for me to show you what I got. If you don't end up having what I have, then I'll go and get it.
Okay. All right. So now we get into the wild. That was the Avatar books. Now we get into the Wildstorm era. So Wildstorm had 2 different series. Actually, no, about 4 different series. But the first one was a 6-issue series, and this one is just called Friday the 13th.
I have that one.
Written by Jimmy Palmiotti. So this came after the Avatar books.
I don't have that. Wait a minute.
That's number 2. It's a 6-issue series. So this is number 3.
I don't have that one.
Number 4.
What the fuck?
Great cover, number 4.
Yeah?
Great cover with Jason in the rowboat. Number 5.
What the fuck? I don't have that one.
And then number 6.
I have 2. I have that first one you showed. I have that and something else.
So we'll get there. So the next one is a 2-issue series called Friday the 13th, Pamela's Tale. And this is all about Pamela Voorhees.
Ooh.
And young Jason.
That turns me on.
Yeah. This is a fun one, dude.
I have a spec script that I dangled with about doing Pamela's origin story.
Look,
so
they go well together too as a 2-issue thing.
Yeah, that's neat.
That's cool. Yeah. So
are those rare? Are those like dumb money?
These are. I don't know. I mean, the Freddy versus Jason versus Ash are like $30 an issue. I don't know but they were in the same era as this. So I just have been collecting comics for so long. Now this one is another 2-issue series called Friday the 13th: How I Spent My Summer Vacation. And so that's got a couple of funny. So what I'm saying, CP, is I can read these, take all the notes, and then send them to you in a box with a prepaid self-addressed thing to send back once you're done, and we could just do reviews together. You know, I wanted to do that with Lee for the Halloween books, and I might still do that, but because I actually have a new
Well, have you gotten in touch with his publicist yet?
Yeah, no, I don't like dealing with publicists. So then there's this one that is called Friday the 13th Badland. And that's number 1 and number 2.
Huh.
More Jason, and then one last Jason book. And this is actually written by a guy named Josh Fialkov, who's a really good guy, really good writer. This is called Friday the 13th, Abuser and Abused.
Hey, girl. Yeah, no. Nope.
So, let me just do a quick count, CP. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 books in just the Avatar and Wildstorm era, and then 6 other books in the Tops era.
God damn. All right, hold on. Let me see. I'm going to get mine.
All right. Guys, you can just see how fucking nerdy with comics I am. Because I love comics. I love horror comics. And we are going to be going through these. I've generally wanted to review these books, when there's a movie appropriate. That's why I reviewed the Chucky comics when the Chucky movie came out. That's why I reviewed the Halloween comics when the Halloween movie came out. So I've got this. I've got a bunch of Leatherface books. I've got some Hellraiser books. I've got all these comics that I can review when there's an appropriate movie to review them around.
So that's the
6-issue series, all in one.
Oh.
That's all 6 issues in one thing. That's called a trade paperback.
And this says book 2.
So look inside. You should look inside on the first page or two. There should be small print. It'll list.
I actually have Pamela's Day. What the fuck am I doing?
It'll list all of the issues on that page on your left there. It'll say this includes this, and this. So it'll tell you what series are actually included there. So my guess is it's Pamela's Tale, How I Spent My Summer Vacation, and Badland.
Wait. Pamela's Tale 1 and 2, The Abuser and the Abused.
That's that one issue at the end.
Badland 1 and 2, and How I Spent My Summer Vacation 1 and 2.
Yep. So
I have
all 7 of those. Yep.
So I technically have 12 here then?
You technically have 13 there because there's 7 in the second one and 6 in the first one.
So what am I missing now?
So you're missing all the Avatar books and then the Tops books. So you're missing the Jason X one-shot, the Jason versus Jason X 2-issue, and then Friday the 13th Fear book, the 3-issue Bloodbath series, and then the first one-shot.
Sounds like I'm going to lose some movie money to books.
Sorry about that, brother.
Fucking paper. I'm going to be spending paper on paper.
That's what's so fun. You can talk about it on the channel. It's like legitimate Friday the 13th reviews. Like, that's the way I look at it. These are genuine stories, sequel stories that no one really knows about. That's why I value my comic reviews so much. The Halloween books, there was a genuine sequel to a couple of the stories. One of the Chucky books that we reviewed was a sequel to Bride of Chucky. One of the Chucky books we reviewed was a sequel to the first Child's Play that wasn't Child's Play 2. Like, that dealt with Karen and Mike and all of that. I mean,
all right, so you've seen that I do indulge in the Friday the 13th in some of this work, but there's a certain point where, like, this obviously isn't canon. So,
no.
How far do you get with stuff like this where...
Dude, in today's day and age, who gives a shit what's canon? Look at the Halloween franchise. Canon doesn't matter anymore.
I'm not trying to shit on it. I'm just saying that,
here's the way I look at it. I look at it as another entry in the franchise. Call it Friday the 13th 7.5 or wherever it lands in the continuity. And if that's a great installment, great. I'll continue to revisit it. Just like I do if a remake comes out and it's great. I'll continue to revisit it. That's all it is. It's a new story in the franchise. And they're official.
So as a content creator who circles around having horror-based content, where's the line where you count things? Like I got shit when I did my Friday the 13th ranking for not including Never Hike Alone on that list.
I would agree with that because it has a cast member. from the original series.
You see, now what are the rules?
Dude, if you think I'm not going to want to have something I'm working on included in rankings, you're dead wrong. You're dead wrong if you think I don't think it's going to belong.
Right. Yeah. Well, yes, but it like, yeah, it's just interesting. It's not black and white, I guess is what it is. And you know, how far do you cover every like Star Wars? I know Star Wars. I
think absolutely you cover. I mean, here's the thing, CP. Here's the way I look at it. It's not my job to determine which Chucky stories they want to know about. I'm going to put all the Chucky stories out there. And if anyone like hears about this story and they're like, I want that story for my collection, they're going to be able to go get it. And I've given them 3 different episodes of Chucky and 3 different episodes of Halloween comics. And so if they're like, that story appeals to me, I want that for my collection, I'm going to go seek it out. I'm giving them all of them. So it's like, here's all of them out there. Yeah, these couples suck. But these couple are legitimate ones that if you are like me and you like the series, you want to add them. So I don't decide. I let the audience decide.
I think the problem is I'm a movie kid first, and there's the thing in the back of my head knowing that, oh man, you know what? I love Friday the 13th, fucking Jingle Jangle episode 12 has a really cool storyline, but that will never be a part of any sort of Friday the 13th.
So you frame the episode as that. I mean, it's a different kind of Friday the 13th coverage for you. You'd be like, here's Friday the 13th out of continuity, or whatever you want to say. It's still Friday the 13th coverage. And people people that know how much you love it are going to go to you for your Jason coverage. And so they're going to go to all of it.
Yeah, it's just frustrating. No, I'm not talking about as a creator at this point. As a fan at this point, it's like this is awesome. Why can't this be a film, or why can't somebody shoot this?
But at least you get it in some form.
You're right.
You wouldn't have even known about it if you didn't have it.
Sure.
And the same with our audience. They wouldn't have known about the stories we're telling them about to seek out. Like, I'm telling you, the fact that Nightmares on Elm Street that I have, it's a 6-issue series, and number 6, can I tell you? I paid $154 for issue number 6.
Oh, because I don't want to hear those kind of numbers.
That was just Nightmare. Because that is nowhere. And honestly, I was yelled at by a friend of mine because she's like, you bought the only copy I've seen on the internet in the last 3 years.
Holy shit.
And it was she's like, how much did you pay? I was like, how much are they asking? She's like, the one I saw was around $150. I was like, yep, that's what I paid for it. So I got that one. And it's like, but it's the story of Jacob the Dream Child resurrecting the Dream Warriors from 3 to fight Freddy. Like, how could I not? If I have the expendable income and I'm the collector, and if I'm going to review them for the channel, guess what?
Yeah, content.
Write off on taxes.
Tax write-off.
Write off.
Yep.
So who? I get to satisfy my curiosity. I get to tell the viewers about it, and I get to write that shit off on taxes.
Hey, what was the name of the Friday the 13th book that I don't have?
You want the Avatar books?
Avatar.
So the first one is just called Friday the 13th.
Jason versus Jason X.
There's Jason versus Jason X 1 and 2.
So
and then there was just Jason X 1. There was a Jason X 1 shot.
Wait, let me see. Let me see the cover.
So the Jason X 1 shot is just this right here.
Yeah, that's not it. This.
So you're looking at probably this is the number 2 for Jason versus Jason X.
No,
There were a couple of covers for different ones.
So it's expensive. It's $80, and I'm wondering if
for
maybe
number 2?
if all of them. It's $80, and the cover is like old school Jason about to slash Jason X, and they're kind of like with the moonlight behind them.
You're looking on eBay?
I'm looking on Amazon. When you do a search for Friday the 13th Avatar Press, the first thing that comes up, and it's $79.95. It says issue 2 wrap.
Oh, the wrap cover. Let's see if I have the wrap cover. I always go for wrap covers.
And then there's one that says Jason versus Jason X. No, number 1 wraparound cover, $99.95.
Yeah, I don't think I got the wraparound covers on these.
Cecil, I really don't appreciate you putting me into this kind of
bringing you into this.
No.
Oh, there it is, issue number 2. Oh, I see. Okay, so it's half Jason and half Jason X.
Yeah, and that's just one issue, right? It's not like what I have here.
No, that's
6 episodes.
No, that's just the one issue. That's just number 2, but it's a different cover than I have.
Oh,
Yeah, dude. I mean, these were low print run. Like nobody knew about these when they were around. They're thick too, man. It's really
about
dope,
$1.
Let's see. So this is a first print. I'm trying to see if they had the multiple covers listed, but they really don't. Look at this though. I mean, the first page, it's literally Jason versus Jason X about to throw down, dude. I mean, how
dude,
could
you had me at versus.
All right, let's see.
Fucking hell.
I'm sorry, bro. I didn't mean to do this to you.
Sorry. Hey, people in the chat, do you guys want
to donate to CP?
No. We're just kind of salivating over books at this point.
I know. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, we should probably get back to it. Well, whatever.
Pandora's box is wide open. So
I'm sorry. That's why maybe sending them to you and everything.
Yeah. You know what? That's the best of both worlds. But Friday 13th Special 1, Avatar.
Yeah, Friday the 13th Special 1 is this one right here. I'm guessing.
Huh? They're all different covers.
Yeah, they had multiple covers for every issue.
Jerks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I didn't bother getting all of those, or else, I'd be rolling in it right now. I'd just be selling the shit.
Yeah.
But if you go on eBay and you do Jason versus Jason X, you can get Jason versus Jason X number 1 and Friday the 13th, and Elm Street number 1. See, yeah, that same Jason versus Jason X number 2 on eBay is $14.99 plus $5.99 shipping. Go on eBay, bro.
Oh yeah, look at this.
Don't do Amazon.
1 and 3 for $17. Okay. Lot of 5 Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash. 1, 2, 3, 6. Plus Friday the 13th number 1 Wildstorm. $9.50. Hey, look at that. All right.
Yeah,
all right.
Go on eBay, bro. That's the way to do it.
Let's all calm down with this $80 bullshit.
Yeah, you don't want to go to Amazon for comics. You want to go to eBay for comics.
Okay. See, shows how much I'm a comic buyer.
That's where I go. I mean, that's how I got all of these. I mean, dude, here, let me grab one thing. I'll show you these other things I got. That was really dope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, eBay is always the answer, CP. Thank you, Dice.
So I recently got the Dark Horse books, The Thing from Another World, and The Thing from Another World, Climate of Fear, which was a 2-issue series and a 4-issue series that was a sequel to the movie. So McCready and Childs, and they continue on and everything. And when I finished that, I was like, oh, it feels like there's more to the story. Turns out there is more to the story. So there's The Thing from Another World, Eternal Vows, 4-issue Dark Horse series. So it's continuing The Thing. And when I was doing my research, I was like, okay, let's just look up The Thing comics. And it turns out there was this Starstream number 1 from like the early 80s had a story called Who Goes There, which is a 17-page adaptation of the original Thing story that that John Carpenter adapted. And then Dark Horse Comics 13 to 16 had a separate Thing from Another World storyline that was a sequel to the movie. So,
dude, I already have a movie collecting problem. I can't. This is.
But it's the sequel to The Thing. How could I not get the sequel to The Thing?
No,
now, I know whether it's McCready or Childs that was The Thing. Do you know that? You don't know that. Oh,
shit.
But I know.
That's pretty badass.
That's why fucking horror comics are dope, and no one knows it.
Right.
I know who is The Thing at the end of that movie.
Cecil, so it's funny that I bought them just as like, hey, I guarantee you, if I've read these Friday the 13th books, it was once, maybe ever. And no, I know what it is. I was on the shelf for right before I had my spinal surgery. People brought me shit to read, and so I had these. And if I read them, I absolutely don't remember them because I was drugged off my head. So I will, at the very least, do the Pamela story and do some sort of something because it absolutely intrigues me.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad. I mean, it's not like it's gonna be like the best thing you've ever read, but it's gonna be fun.
Oh,
and it's
no,
gonna be
yeah.
new additions to the lore that you know so well. You
Yep.
know what I mean?
Yep, of course.
I don't even remember what the hell they are either, because I mean, let me see.
Because you were drugged.
No, I mean, when did this first Avatar book come out? I'll check right now.
It had to be at least the 2010 or before, because...
Oh, it's way before that.
Yeah, that's when my surgery
April
was.
2005.
Oh, wow.
Brian Pulido. But look at this. I mean, fucking page 1. That dude gets sliced in half. Like, I mean, who wouldn't be on board for this shit? It's just Jason, but it's storyboard form rather than actual moving picture form.
Yeah. Cecil C. and John Kyle Stanton in the chat, spinal surgery, was that before or after the gallbladder surgery? If I had known about this in October, I certainly would have picked up while I was in the hospital for the couple of days on my see, that would have been a time where I would, pick up on stuff like this. So next time I get something removed from my body, I'm going to stock up on comic books.
Quality. Well, again, and here, this is a little something to whet the appetite of anyone that's still actually watching. So I've mentioned on our Facebook that we have something. Sorry, that's my phone.
Ringing.
Yeah.
Something's ringing.
We have something in the works here at the Horror Show that is pretty large, at least in my estimation. And it's what?
I said it's my penis.
I said large. No, but it's something that we're working on that is going to be pretty awesome. Aaron, what about Get Out? Well, we talked about Get Out a while ago. But no, we're working on something pretty large on the channel, and it's exciting and stuff. But part of why this thing that we're working on is so cool to me is because I'm such a fan of sequels and offshoots and stories involved in the universe and things like that. So, it tracks that I like all the comic book extenuations of familiar properties and stuff like that. Dice Rollin', what's up? So, okay, what else do we want to talk? What questions do you guys have? Because we talked about how CP and I aren't fans of Midsommar. We talked about how we are fans of Spider-Man. We talked about The Walking Dead briefly, and we just talked a shit ton about some horror comic books. So, what do you guys want to know about? Hello, Dice. Hello. And let's see. Aaron Seaton just asked, White Tim is still here. John Calstan, Alex Daldrill is here. I'm collecting the Thing comics at the moment also. Do you have all of them, Alex? Which ones don't you have yet? Because I managed to get my hands on all of them except for one. There is one Thing comic that was put out by Steve Niles in like 2011 that was a prequel to the 2011 movie that I can't find anywhere on the internet. I have one chase issue.
Cecil, what would you call what these books are that I have, where they're a collection of...
They're called trade paperbacks.
Trade paperback?
TPBs, if you search them on the internet. Trade paperback. Because they're considered trades for short, but they're paperback editions of full storylines. So they'll make sure if it's a 4-issue storyline in a comic book, they'll put out a 4-issue trade. If it's 5 issues, it'll put out a 5-issue trade. If it's a 6-issue, generally trade paperbacks are 6 issues. So because they do it in half year. So there's a year's worth of comics is 12. So they'll do a half a year's story and then a half a year's story, or they'll put out the trade of the whole thing. And then some people will put out an omnibus, which is a collection of the entire series if it's a shorter series. Hi, Kitty Rose.
Omnibus.
Yeah,
because I'm just, if I could just scoop a bunch up at once, I'd rather just do that.
I don't think there have been any Avatar trades, to be honest with you. I think those Avatar books are really hard to find.
Jerks.
Well, you had to be at the comic store in 2005 like I was.
I definitely wasn't that. But you know what? I was at New York Comic Con. That might have explained how I found these and got them.
Well, it's cool that, you have... The Wildstorm stuff is still good. The Avatar stuff gets crazy gory compared to the Wildstorm stuff, though. And how fun is Jason versus Jason X? Such a stupid concept. Yeah. But, come on. I don't even remember. It could be dog shit. But just the idea that they did it, I'm like... you know what I mean? It's like...
Sure.
Give me Freddy versus New Nightmare Freddy at some point. You know what I mean? Like, why not? That's fucking dope. I love it. So, any other questions? I'm looking to see. Does it have something to do with Dread? Well, Brandon, it doesn't have something to do with Dread, although we are actually doing something with Dread. That's a separate announcement. We are starting a thing where we are hosting a night once a month at Phoenix Film Bar, which is a local independent movie theater where we are going to be featuring Dread Presents movies that have not yet come out. So this Sunday we are presenting They're Inside, which is a great found footage movie kind of in the vein of The Strangers. So Lee McCoy would love it. So that's a good one. And then in August, we're doing a movie called Hoax, which is a Bigfoot movie. But yeah, we're screening these movies about a week and a half before they actually come out in a live setting. And then we'll be putting together episodes with Q&A and post-movie discussion on the channel to coincide with the release dates. But no, the big thing is actually something else entirely. It's I've alluded to the fact that I want to do a new fan film, and so it has to do with fan film stuff.
Me too. I'm just gonna adapt this Pamela story and make it a movie. I don't even know what the fuck it is.
I'm curious too. Now I'm curious about what your script is. Do you like the Jason Rising thing because of the Pamela involvement?
Yes.
It's dope, right?
What bothers me about Friday the 13th is they'll never do it. And good friend of both channels, Vince DeSanti, director of Never Hike Alone, really, he doesn't really like focusing on the Pamela aspect. He likes that Jason's this force. I forgot what the word was he used. And he didn't really care, or at least he told me, or we said it in passing or something. You know what? Pamela's story's told. I tend to disagree. I'd love to know, like, what the deal was before Jason drowned. Give me their relationship for a little bit.
She had to have been a little nuts,
right?
Absolutely.
She had to descend into some madness. Let's
had to have killed Jason's dad. Like, yeah, absolutely, dude.
Yeah, man. I want to cover the shit with the right. If I won Lotto and just had dumb money, I would make like a 6-episode Bates Motel-y type series about just Pamela's descent into.
What would you call if you had to do a one movie prequel kind of Pamela story? What would you call it?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, Pamela's just so boring. I don't know. That's a good question. You know, that's you got to make money on the title, right? So that
I think you'd have to call it Kill for Mommy.
That could be. And today's his birthday or something. It would really.
Well, because Kiki Mama Ma, right, comes from Kill for Mommy.
Oh, yep.
So Kill for Mommy makes the most sense in my opinion.
Sure.
But.
So was my son.
Or Mommy. I mean, no, Mommy Kills doesn't make sense, but. Yeah, I don't know. Kill for Mommy doesn't make sense either because he's not out there killing yet. So, but still, it does have that tie-in aspect.
No, I'm fascinated. I would love to, but people don't want that. People want to see a dude in a hockey mask. So people like you couldn't like if I get it. If this legal thing gets figured out. And Paramount says, all right, we're doing Friday the 13th. And somebody says, all right, cool. Let's do the Pamela prequel. They're going to be like, yeah, that's not going to make money. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, that's not Jason. Sorry, that's not where the money is.
Yeah, where'd we put the hockey mask, though?
Yeah. No, but she even says, these counselors weren't looking out for him. Do we know how she killed all those original counselors? Because this is a different group of counselors in the original, isn't it?
So we're going to have to time code this and make sure that that in case my idea gets stolen. I said it here Friday, July 5th. I've always had a thing where, to help do work for the series where, it explains why Jason's a grown-up. He doesn't die. He drowns, but they save him. But she's so fucked in the head.
She thinks he's still dead. She
thinks he's dead, and she goes on a rampage based on what she's imagining. Meanwhile, Jason's okay, and the dad's like, yo, mom's a little off the rocker. I got to protect you from her. And, kind of explore that a little bit. But just maybe that's like a third act reveal where Jason's been alive. Like you present it like she's going out getting revenge, going ape shit, going ham, killing all these counselors. But in the end, you find out, oh no, he's been fine. But Elias, which is the father's name, has been trying to keep him away from crazy mommy, but to no avail.
That would be a good story, man. I mean, it's rife for the telling, for sure.
Yeah, but it's easy for us to say that, but
well, it's easy for me to say there's a story that's ready to tell that I'm fucking gonna make it happen, though. You know what I mean? Just make it happen, CP. You know all the same people I know.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get Vince DeSanti on board with it, with a thing that he directly disagrees with.
Oh, well, okay, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, write something else.
Here's the other thing. Since we're in so many circles, and I mean, shit, there's a lot of actors and actresses that you'd be surprised how quickly we can, or the ease in which we can contact some of them. Do you know who I would have play Jason's mom in this perfect scenario that I have money to spend on a project?
Elizabeth Banks.
Adrienne King.
From
the final girl from the first one.
Really? Oh, that's interesting. Huh.
Oh, internet. Go ahead, make it, and then give me no credit. But because she's about the right age now. You can kind of cheat it a little bit for younger stuff, but
yeah, that would work.
Well,
I think there's a story to be told where you could continue the Friday the 13th universe without Jason even, and like have her going nuts because she killed and decapitated a woman.
Yeah.
To be honest
you could have like the 70s with just Mommy Voorhees just running killing people. You don't need Jason for that.
It's
but
just the
you
ghost of the Voorhees ghost. You know what I mean? Like, that's all you really need. Interesting. I say Kevin Hart should play Pamela.
Oh, yeah. If Adrienne King says no, we'll definitely give him a call.
Why am I an older white woman with a machete? Have you seen that trailer for The Next Level, Jumanji?
The fuck? John Kyle Stanton. Adrienne King is an American film, stage, and voice actress, visual artist, and former stuntwoman. She's best known for portraying Alice Hardy in Sean S. Cunningham's horror film Friday the 13th.
That's copy-pasting Wikipedia right there, if I've ever seen it.
Thank you. Quite astute, John. Thank you.
Doesn't Adrienne King not want to be associated because of the stalker thing? Ooh.
That is not entirely accurate because she's taking part in the Deborah Voorhees film.
Oh, she's in 13 Fanboy? Oh.
I'm pretty sure of it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not directly a Jason thing, though, right?
If I can get, in a perfect world, if I can get Adrienne King to do this, we could film her shit on a closed set.
I know. It's tough to get actual actors to be in your projects, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Dude, I haven't even invested a penny into this idea, so.
Neither have I, outside of a couple of keystrokes. Well, I guess I paid $40 for gas for someone to come down, but outside of that. Sorry, I'm trying to be cryptic and yet intriguing. Keep an eye on the channel, guys. Keep an eye on the channel because there's going to be, once I have a thing or two signed, there will be some fun announcements going on. That's for sure. All right. So I went to court and apologized for the stalker thing, says John Kyle Stanton. Oh, you're a good guy, John.
That's pretty funny.
Jerk says, I have an outline for a Friday the 13th film in the winter.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep.
That's Jason in the snow. Sounds like a good idea and like one that might not be
that
alone.
might already be in the works.
Yeah.
Sir.
Alone.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Just remember that it takes an awful long time to pre-produce and get something done. And
Yeah.
you said this in July, and
you said that now, and there might be something in the works along those lines that have been in the works for a bit.
Yeah. That idea is coming to fruition.
Indeed, sooner than you think.
Yeah.
Sideshow on Acid. What do you guys think of Get Out? Well, first off, thank you for coming from the LA Beast. We love the Beast, and actually, when he was in the chat earlier, we had a big back and forth. We love Get Out. Feel free to rewind to check out our actual thoughts, but thank you for coming over.
4 eaten cactuses out of 5.
24 out of 25. You mean, because he's had 24. No, we love the LA Beast, and thank you to any of you guys that came over from the Beast channel. You guys are awesome. We talk about horror all day and every day, and on Friday. Wait, no. That's. I thought you'd laugh harder than that. You don't like me aping people's things, huh? Okay. I hear you. I see you, CP. I can't help it. I'm kind of douchey sometimes.
Sometimes.
How dare you, sir? Oh, you son of a bitch. My pleasure, boys. Now take your clothes off. Well, they asked. Here we go.
Hey, I'm fucking...
Geez, are we still doing the Get Out joke? No, it's not a joke. They're just people
it's
are seeing,
trickling.
No, people are just seeing the Beast because the Beast has it in his YouTube stream that, you know, go ask the horror show about Get Out. So people are just seeing it late. So we're gonna get people take your clothes off. I'm not kidding, he says. Well, sorry. Does the Beast take his clothes off when you ask him? I don't think so. Don't expect that out of us. Well, CP, are we having fun yet?
Oh, we're having fun.
I am. Smitty! I second it. Take off clothes, too. You guys don't want to see me with my clothes off. First off, if you're not wearing sunglasses, you'll go blind. Because I am white as pure driven snow. Yes, he does. The Beast takes off clothes when you ask him, apparently.
Does
I
he?
never heard of him until his stream. Subbed to his channel. We'll have to watch. Yeah, White Timmy's fun. He does like eating challenges. He does a lot of live streams just saying hi to people. But
funny dude too.
Yeah, he's really funny. He watches his challenge videos. Those are the most fun. Especially, I keep an ear out for the music where it like crescendos because puke is coming right out. Yeah, I gotta get my bearings straight, and he always puts up the bearings straight.
And then puts up the image of the bearing straight. He very smart, witty editor.
He's a funny dude.
Funny stuff.
I just like that you and I were ready to call out episodes that he had done in front of him. I was like, yeah, the Chipotle Mile, and you're just like, yeah, the cereal thing. And he's just like, yeah, the Chipotle cereal. Like we proved we were actual fans.
Dude, I genuinely subscribe, and there's a couple of videos that, like, there's that one where he's trying to get the egg from the ostrich?
Oh, that giant one?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the worst.
Yeah.
It's so massive, and he's just like,
yeah. Yeah.
I like when he does the heat challenges, though. The heat challenges make me laugh. The disgusting ones, though, like, have you watched the one where he ate a hamburger from a can?
Oh, all that canned shit's disgusting.
It's the worst.
Or the sugar-free gummy bears where he eats
yeah. And it, like, constipates him or makes him sick and shit? Like,
no, it doesn't constipate him.
Haribo. The Haribo gummy bears. That's what it is. Yeah, dude. Yeah, the Beast is so entertaining, dude.
Again, and the music is so funny. Like, when he fails, he has this specific song that he plays. Well,
it's a crescendo because it's like a Chinese sort of nice music, like, and then it goes like when he starts puking everywhere. It's so fucking funny. I'm off till Monday, so the drinks are flowing. John Kyle Stanton, to you, sir. Cheers, brother.
Shit, it's Friday. Monday.
Is it Friday or is it Monday? What is it?
Well, it's just barely Friday now. He's off until Monday. That's a long binge you got there.
That's a long binge. But those burgers were epic, said Smitty. Yeah, that's if you want to call it that.
How do you put bread in a can? Like how does I don't want to know how that lasts or why.
I don't. He said it was slimy, so I. Did you watch the Michael Jordan video that he did?
No.
He bought so he bought 2 like packs of 1984 Fleer basketball cards off of eBay for like $150. 2 unopened packs in search of a Michael Jordan rookie card. And he's like, okay, so I just bought these 2 packs. Cost me $150. I'm looking for a Michael Jordan rookie card. And he's got white gloves on. And he opens one pack and he goes through the whole thing, right? Nothing. But he gets like a Dominique Wilkins rookie card. And he's like, okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. And so he starts going through the second pack. And he gets about 5 cards in. And he says the dude's name, and he looks at the next card. He's like, "Oh! Oh!" And he like steps up and he screams, and he literally spits on the card. He's like, okay, we did it. And he like literally got a Michael Jordan rookie card that he unpacked on screen from an unopened eBay pack of cards.
What is that worth?
Anywhere from multiple hundreds to thousands, depending on the quality. He sent it in. He's like, I'm going to send it in to get it graded. And he sent it in, and then he did a follow-up video where it had been degraded a little bit because he spit on the card when he freaked out. But he ended up giving it away as a random giveaway to a viewer on the video. So he's awesome. Like entering stuff. But it was such a great video, dude. He's just an entertaining guy, man. I just like the Beast.
LA Beast here.
LA Beast here. And he always starts like in the have a good day pose. I love it, dude. He's just so cool.
Yeah,
wow,
anybody
you really
who's
sound
drank,
like him. I listen to him all the time, so I can't help but try and mimic people.
Anybody who's drank Crystal Pepsi in the last 5 years has him to thank for that.
Has him to thank 100%. LA Beast here. Yeah, dude. Have a good day. Dude, he's so great. I love the dude. All right, what else? Any other questions? Because we've been going for an hour and 40. I know CP is a longer stream kind of guy. I'm not usually, but I'm having fun.
Listen, my streams are always pretty long.
Yeah, well, you got to make up for some things elsewhere, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a terrible joke.
It's not the route it takes. It's the destination.
All right. So, do you have any other things that you've been Have you watched any of the new Stranger Things? You can talk a little bit about that.
No, I'm behind. I haven't seen 2 yet, so
2
I sure as fuck
compared to 3. I'll tell you that much.
Wow, now that excites me to haul hell.
It should not.
Grind through 2 to get
2.
to 3.
2 is kind of rough. 2 is still good. It's still good, but the problem is they keep the kids. Like, Elle isn't with the kids for, like, the whole season. It's really dumb. Then the contrivances that they make up in order to achieve that just aren't great. John, I'll get the tier up right now, bro. Like, I have ideas for the tier. I'll get it up for you. I didn't know if you still wanted it, but I'll get it up for you in the next couple of days, brother.
Tier.
Yeah, tier. No, he's at the Boogie Box tier, but he wants a little bit of a higher tier, so I got to create something that's worth value for him.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
You give like legit shit away in tiers?
Yeah, at $50.
Is that monthly?
At $50, we have a Boogie Box, yeah. So if you pay $50, I send you something, and generally it's things like this. It's like cool stuff that we get at our screenings and things like that. Yeah. So I'll send them press stuff. Like John has something pretty cool in his first box. That has to do with the boys that we got at the press screening. So, we try and make things cool for him. But yeah, he wants something. He wants a bit of a higher tier, and so I came up with some cool ideas that would be fun. Maybe nudes. That he might want to
nudes.
Yeah, well,
nudes.
If I put nudes of like
me,
any of the females on there, then I guarantee you we'd sell more. But it probably wouldn't go over super great.
Oh.
But yeah,
touchy subject right now. I'm not gonna say about that.
Mm-hmm. Don't be thirsty. Brian Lomax's thirsty video is pretty funny, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although
Yeah.
4 minutes of credits was a little. I was like, all
I
right,
think
that's a
that
bit
was
aggressive.
that was a very red letter media thing of him to do. That 4 minutes of credits.
I just barely found them and started watching them not so
Oh,
long ago.
dude, enjoy yourself. There, you want to talk about funny and sharp?
They are pretty funny, but you know what I just found that's making me laugh really hard is the pitch meeting stuff on Screen Junkies. Have you seen, or not Screen Rant? Pitch meeting?
No.
Okay,
No.
you gotta watch Pitch Meeting, dude. It's so funny. I'll send you a link to one that's particularly good. If you guys haven't watched the Pitch Meetings on Screen Rant, it's super hilarious. So I highly recommend it. Let me just send you... I'll just send you the end game one because it's pretty damn funny. And you'll get a good idea.
Joe killing.
They're only about 5 to 8 minutes usually.
Mm-hmm.
But they're ridiculously hilarious, and there's over 100 of them at this point. The only reason I found out about them is because the Nostalgia Critic did an homage to them when he talked about he did a pitch meeting for Alien 3, which was really, really funny. There's we can't do that. Never mind. I'm like, oh, we could just show people, but there's not really a smart way to do that. All right, well, here we go, guys. I'm going to go ahead and wind this down unless everyone's got some more questions for us and such. Because while we've been having fun, Cecil, Alex Ross or Jim Lee? John Kyle Stanton coming in with a great question. Oh my God, that's such a good question. They might be my top 2 favorites, to be honest with you. Because I have both the absolute Kingdom Come collection and the absolute Batman Hush collection. So Jim Lee is my favorite. Alex Ross is my favorite photorealistic artist. Jim Lee is my favorite comic book artist. I guess I could put it that way. I hope that answers. Do you get consent to talk about other content creators? No. No. And I have a whole video, a half-hour video talking about another content creator that I never put up that CP thinks I'm stupid for not putting up because of the amount of time I put into it.
Listen, this week, don't put words in my mouth because
yeah,
I've got a bunch of different fires I need to still stamp out.
How crazy is that, dude? What is it the same one? Is it the same girl, or is it other channels now? Because if she still doesn't get it, then you can't argue with stupid, bro. Hey, he's keeping quiet. Okay. I don't want to open up the.
There have been a lot of people who have come to the aid of myself, and I'm gonna say common sense. And there have been a lot of silent people that have been kind of interesting, and it kind of points to a point that I want to make even further. That it's funny what money does. It's funny what attraction does when it comes to the right thing, and it's a little fucked up, to be honest with you. You know what? You want to keep your mouth shut because so and so is a patron of you? Fine. You want to keep your mouth shut because you want to get in the girl's pants? Fine. It's not the right thing to do. Don't dare talk to me about what the fuck I'm doing wrong. Mm-hmm. Just really, really interesting how things have played out over this last week and a half. Am I an asshole for making people feel embarrassed for their sketchy comments? Sure, but they shouldn't be making the fucking sketchy comments to begin with. I'll take the bully hit, but the problem is we're never talking about the actual fucking sketchy comments. We're talking about the fact that I'm a bully.
Yeah, no, it's so silly. It's so silly. Like when I first saw your video about it, I was like, why is this even a thing? Like, this is so cut and dry. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like, wow, what the fuck? I truly didn't I still don't get how people are like, don't understand what you're saying. Like, you were literally defending the people that think you're attacking them. And those people deserve to be shamed, those commenters. Like, I mean, some of them just don't know better. Like they're the reverse comment that I told you about on our video. I think that she just doesn't know better. Like she thinks. I think some of these people think they're just literally being complimentary. They don't have end games in mind, but they got to realize that the compliments are just they're weird compliments to put there for sure.
Plus the person is in a certain light is property, is what do you call that if you're selling yourself? Like the person technically is a brand.
Yeah.
So you're making money on selling yourself. I'm trying to be as careful as possible the way I say this. So, if you're selling yourself, you want to be respected in a certain light where it's like, okay, you think this of me, I appreciate that, but here's where you can go if you appreciate my product, and that should be the way it is. Like I don't understand that there's a lot about the situation that just really I have more questions about things that I don't even think. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to interrupt you. It's just I'm there's some people that those are the compliments that they live by, right?
Yeah.
Those things, like, they're not coming down on them because they like that. They like having those things, like, even as absolutely not having to do with anything of substance as those comments are. It's like it's and okay, I'm gonna get myself into trouble if I'm not careful. There's a lot of, in my experience, because I'm a heterosexual male, there is a lot of women that like to have their cake and eat it too. They like to be holier than thou, and they like to say, "Don't objectify me," but then they also accept the innocent compliments. They don't like the aggressive compliments, but they like the innocent compliments.
Yeah, it's a very thin line. Well, another thing that my problem was, listen, I get it. If the person had paid attention to the stream I did, I get it. There's a lot to what they're doing. If they thought I was, stepping on their money, the one thing they could have said to me, which, by the way, I have yet to speak to this person since last week, was, hey, listen, I understand what you're trying to do, but you're fucking with my paper. And that would have been the end of it. Like, I get it. I get that we're all different. Some people think certain things are harmless. Some people, we're all different. That's what's incredible about the world, people. I use the C word freely. That's offensive to people. That word means nothing to me. I'm part Italian. The word, there's derogatory terms for Italians that just don't register to me. Like, we're all different. So it's figuring everybody out is the problem.
John Kyle Stanton, Cecil, you're heterosexual? Crap, I lost a bet. You son of a bitch. How dare you? I have had no less than 2 girlfriends that I've brought into this channel, so you cannot deny that I am a straight man.
And shout out to Dice, who really got in the crossfires this last week. That completely
was
unnecessary.
Was she on your side too?
Yeah, she was trying to, just trying to say, hey, listen, I understand you're bothered, but I think you're missing the point, and got snapped at for how dare she bring up somebody else. That's terrible. Another creator. Listen, you don't get arrested if you walk into McDonald's and say Whopper. Take it easy.
I would be happier with Dice's backup than I would with Mother Mayhem's personally, but that's just me. It's just a lot of people came to aid. A lot of people were very quiet. And it was very interesting to see how that all played out. It literally all happened while we were at Mad Monster, and I just came back to it afterwards. I was like, oh, what the fuck happened this weekend?
Lucky bastards.
Well, but I felt you're like, I kept hearing, like, to those of you that are being quiet, I'm like...
I wasn't here.
I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why I was like commenting. I'm like, this seems cut and dry. Like that's as much as I can muster because I'm like handling. You know what I was handling. Like I was on a different level. Like I had priorities this weekend.
I wasn't trying to say that.
No, but
that
I
wasn't
felt
like a jab at you.
I still
It was,
felt like not that you were jabbing me, but I still felt like I was like, oh, I'm in that group.
no, no. It was just really, really interesting. Silence from certain people. It was incredible, all things considered.
I wonder who
And
you're
then,
referring to there. Now I'm curious. We'll have to
well,
talk.
you just look around and see who's, I mean, you could see who's friends with who, and it's like, oh, okay, cool, thanks. I thought I was higher on the tier, but guess not.
I've that preaching to the choir. The amount of times I've had that sentiment come out of my brain, I can't tell you. Different reasons, same sentiment. So, well, I'm sorry that you went through that, dude. I'm happy that it seems like most of the people are coming down on the smart side of things, aka your side of things.
And I appreciate people saying stuff like that. It wasn't that bad. I've dealt with far worse. It's just shitty that the principle of the in the end it was humor. It was intended to be a joke. Some people missed that. Some people kind of gave me shit for it, but it really wasn't that bad. I've been through worse. I appreciate people looking out for me. I'm going to keep doing it. If anything, it made me want to do even more shit. I might even just do the comment section on one of those videos of mine, because if it's out on the internet, that was one of the things I got that I thought was rich. Whose business is it of yours to go through someone's comment section? Guess what, pal? It's on the internet.
Yeah. Anyone and everyone that clicks on the video gets to go through the comments, you dummy. Yeah. Here's the thing. I got to give you credit because something that people don't immediately know about me that would get me into trouble as a result of this, I would have been much snarkier, much shittier, and much more of an asshole if I got the response that you got. Because I have 3 sisters. So I was raised, and my parents started getting divorced when I was 10. The divorce didn't finish until I was 17. That entire time I lived with my mom and my 3 sisters. And so I know how insane they can be when they get on a thing that they think is right, even though it's completely wrong, and just the negative reinforces itself, and then they're like completely closed off to the realisticness of the situation, and then you get the sycophants of like their friends that just come in, and it's just insane, and I just straight up stopped arguing with them after a while because there was no winning. There was just no winning. I
think that's the opposite for me. I feel like once I felt like I was right, it was like, you know what, there's no reason to blow this out of proportion. There was a certain shift. I think by the second or third day, like the responses I was getting had nothing to do with anything of substance, and it was like, all right, so we're not talking about anything that really is a problem. We're talking about somebody who didn't know how to communicate. And then when lies started coming out and I had screen grabs, it was like, you know what, I don't need to get worried about this. I'll just see how far they want to take this, and then we'll let out a screen grab or two, because I think my thing is when I know I'm right, I get more patient and calm, because I think instability is what makes me a little like, oh, am I wrong? Fuck you. But in this instance, it was like, you know what, I think I'm on the right side here. I think I did okay. Yeah. Let's see. What do you got?
Whole lot of nothing. $5 from John Kyle Stanton. Thank you, sir. Hey, Cecil, what about me? Thanks to my friendship with CP, I'm not welcome at strip clubs anymore. What did you do, CP?
Well, I told him, I bet him that he wouldn't strip, and he pushed the young lady who was trying to make some money out of the way. They don't like that. They don't like that.
On a live stream at a strip club?
Yeah, he thought it was open mic night at the strip club, and it was open mic night at the comedy club.
That's awesome. Dude, John sounds like he'd be the kind of guy to have around if you just have a couple of hours to just watch craziness ensue.
Dude, John's awesome.
I'm a baller, he says. Clearly. Oh, man, John, you're good people. It's pretty funny.
One thing that was missing from your rebuttal was a voice change like witness protection.
Yeah.
That is fucking funny. I should have done that.
When I read that too, that would be, well, if you're going to do another one, you should absolutely do it for her, you know? Because you did the blur, so you might as well just do the...
Yep.
Make it sound as male as possible. I can't help it. These guys just make these comments.
Yeah,
I'm not
so
tell them no, you know.
To people who are interested in that video and that potential series, it's still a thing. It's definitely still happening. So thank you.
Actually, yeah, White Tim, you should get John on a stream. Classic material will materialize. Yeah, no, I plan to, actually. We need to get the Patreon streams going. We've been meaning to do that for a bit, but our schedule didn't allow. But since we're backing down on the production schedule, we can actually start making that happen. And John is, of course, welcome to be on that Patreon stream. That'll be included in the new tier. Thanks, Tim. I'll mail you that check.
Hey.
All right, guys. Well, we just reached the 2-hour mark. I think that's probably pretty good for a 4th of July stream. 4th of July stream, as stupid as my puns tend to be. Thank you very much to CP for joining and having some fun with me tonight. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
His link is in the description box down below, so make sure you go and follow him
right away. I'm about to cross 4,500. There's a dumb number that really doesn't mean anything, but it's an even number.
We just crossed 27.5.
Yeah. There's a certain point where numbers just, 1, 5, 10, 20, 25, 50, like, it's these other ones where it's like, guys, I just passed 750 subscribers. Fucking awesome, bro.
On my road to 1,000.
I just passed 775.
I mean, technically anyone with 1 subscriber is on their road to 1,000, but I mean, okay. Whatever.
So cunty
I know, I'm such a shit. But here's the thing, even when I was at that level though, I told myself, I'm like, I'm not getting excited until we get to 5,000 subscribers or more. Like, I'm choosing not to celebrate. And I even said, we're not going to do Patreon until we get to 10,000 subscribers.
Yeah, I know. I dig the numbers. Like, it's neat. I don't like talking about it. What I like is when views are big. Like, if I get a video with 5,000 views, that's like, all right, you know what? That's awesome. And unfortunately for me, people want to watch me talk about Salo and those.
I get 5,000. I get 5,000 views for our Midsommar spoiler review, where people can come in and tell us how wrong we are. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's the other thing. If you got a hotbed thing, or if you're fast on like a ending, not ending explained. Those are pretty big. But like a debatable topic about a movie, those are pretty hotbed.
I actually didn't even put the spoiler up until this Monday. We had it last Wednesday. But I decided to just I didn't want to put it out there and have people have the movie spoiled
it is a little
5
weird,
days ahead of time.
I
would have, though. I was very tempted. Like, the views would be at 20,000 right now if I had. But it's only at 5 because I waited until Monday, 2 days before the movie came out. But,
my favorite...
I have to walk that line.
My favorite female movie YouTuber releases spoiler shit before the movie releases, and I never understand why. Good old Grace Randolph. Who I can't wait. One of these days, she's at screenings that I go to every now and again, and I've just been dying to walk up to her and be like, "Why are you such a fraud?"
I don't even know who that is.
Grace Randolph, be on the trailer, blonde-haired girl.
I'm sure I've seen her.
Yeah, buku. She's got like 100-something thousand subscribers.
She probably didn't have a take, because I don't keep watching people that don't have actual takes. She's
very weird with the things she talks about, and like I said, she released a spoiler thing for a movie that comes out 4 days later. It's just like,
can I tell you one of my goals with the with that thing I'm working on? I want to try and surpass Lee and Cody with views again, or with subscribers again, once I announce what we're working on.
Oh, you probably will.
You think so? I think we might. I think that'll give us a little boost.
Well, yeah. Lee's been
Lee
slowing
just
down
passed
a little bit.
28. He just passed 28. We just passed 27.5. So he did finally pass us. But
Here's your problem. There's fucking Halloween news starting again, so you're
yeah,
gonna
next
have.
year's going to be tough. And Cody's already at almost 33. So he's
God damn.
yeah,
Bye, Cody.
Yeah,
Bye.
he's yeah. Well, I mean, when you do like, here's the 15 best Chucky overalls that we got in the movies, and here's
Dude.
the best painted face that Chucky had.
Dude.
You know, like
I-
he's pulling a Lee.
Yeah.
For Chucky, but you know I can't begrudge him for it. It's just like I'm gonna do the same thing for Freddy because I'm gonna have a reason to do the same thing for Freddy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if it works, it's hard to fault it. It's just
It is. And I'm like,
God bless.
now I want to do the best, the top 20 Freddy lines because that seems pretty easy too. Like, but now I'm like, if I do it, it's gonna be like, oh, you're copying Cody.
Grace Randolph, born February 5th, 1980. She's that young. 1987 is a comic book writer and host and creator of the YouTube channels Beyond the Trailer, Movie Math, and Think About the Eye. Grace
7 years
Randolph.
younger than me. I could still hit it.
Yeah, she's almost got my birthday too. That's yeah. I do not like Beyond the Trailer, Zachary. She's a fraud. I've met her. I've been in the same screening as her a couple of times in the past, and I keep wanting to say something, but I don't want to get kicked out. I don't want to be disinvited from these things.
Uninvited. All right, guys. Well, we're not getting very many other questions, and
I gotta pee.
yeah,
Like
I
it's
gotta
yesterday.
pee and I gotta get some dinner too. So, yeah. Well, thank you very much for joining, CP. This was a lot of fun. Haven't done one of these in a while, so I'm glad you were willing to do it. And shout out because CP was nice enough to put together this fine graphic you all have been staring at for the last 2 hours. So thank you very much for putting in the time and effort on that while I was going to the store and getting my vodka. Okay, well, then credit not to you.
It's not. It's not.
But yeah, thank you very much for joining. Thank all of you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, click that like button and subscribe and ding that dong if you want to watch more videos going forward. I hate YouTube. Thank you very much. Until next time, I've been Cecil Laird.
I've been CP.
And remember, guys,
Take it the fuck easy.
I should have remembered. God damn it.